Universal Studios Florida introduces Hercules and Xena, Wizards of the Screen.
In the summer of 1997, during the height of the popularity of the television shows from which it was based, Hercules and Xena, Wizards of the Screen debuted at Universal Studios Florida. And while intended to become one of the park's signature attractions and long-lasting shows, this ultimately proved not to be the case. This new addition to the Orlando theme park resided within Soundstage 44, and had replaced one of the park's Day 1 attractions, Murder, She Wrote Mystery Theater, or as later renamed Murder, She Wrote Post-Production, which due to the previous year's cancellation of the television show it had been based upon, the attraction had been closed.
Now, I'm going to show you a little bit of high-tech magic right back here.
Similar to its predecessor and the long-standing special effects show over at Universal Studios Hollywood, this new show was also an interactive experience, focused on demonstrating aspects of television production.
We will take 2 to 3 members out of every audience, bring them into the show, we'll use a blue screen effect with them, and through the magical process of cameras and special effects, they become part of the show with us.
In this version, it would be for a specially made 6-minute crossover based on the popular television series, Hercules: The Legendary Journeys, and Xena: Warrior Princess, who had actually started out as a side character on Hercules before getting a standalone series of her own.
Aren't you even gonna say goodbye?
Ha! You haven't heard the last of me, Hercules! Yeah!
Upon entering the attraction, guests made their way through a queue featuring props and memorabilia from both of the television shows, with the experience itself taking place in 3 different rooms within the soundstage, where members of the audience could volunteer to take part in demonstrations, all of which tied in with the production of the Hercules and Xena crossover. In addition to audience participation, team members would seemingly interact with the iconic characters on screen.
Who are you?
Never mind, take this!
Thanks, I can use this.
Ultimately, while Hercules and Xena, Wizards of the Screen, made for a fun time, unlike Murder, She Wrote Mystery Theater, which tied in perfectly with the actual production of the series, many felt this version lacked a level of cohesiveness with the television shows it was based upon, and proved to be less popular than anticipated. But whether for this reason alone, or in connection with stars Kevin Sorbo and Lucy Lawless's eventual lawsuit over withheld television royalties, that may have included merchandise sold at the attraction's gift shop. On February 20th in the year 2000, the attraction was closed after just 3 years of operation, and Soundstage 44 was left abandoned, until being used as a haunted house for Halloween Horror Nights in 2004. Though as the following year, the Orange County Health Department condemned the soundstage, and forbid it from being used for future attractions, it was once again abandoned for nearly a decade.
Welcome to the grand opening of Transformers: The Ride 3D.
In 2012, shortly after Transformers: The Ride 3D had opened at Universal Studios Hollywood, which had taken the place of Backdraft and their version of the original special effects stages, Universal Studios Florida demolished Soundstage 44 to make way for a second incarnation of the 3D attraction. And later that year, a tombstone bearing the name Xena appeared outside one of the houses during that year's Halloween Horror Nights, in addition to one for Jaws, which had closed that January, and another for Confrontation.
Today, we take the next step to defeating the Decepticon incursion.
In 2013, Orlando's version of Transformers: The Ride made its debut, and more than likely due to the lawsuit from the show's stars, it would be one of the last years actors portraying Hercules and Xena could be found within the theme park, leaving the iconic characters and their short-lived attraction in the realm of Yesterworld. I hope you enjoyed the debut episode of This Month in History, and I'd love to hear any thoughts or memories you have to share. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out the links in the description to find out how you can follow and support Yesterworld, and I'll see you next time.